It is my honor and privilege to be officiating at this 2022 end of the second term workshop for the judges. The retreat provides the judicial sector an opportunity to review court operations, proffer solutions to the challenges affecting the courts, as well as capacitating the judges on the ever-evolving judicial and law ecosystem. This is in keeping with the provisions of Section 165, subsection 7 of our national constitution, which requires the judiciary to take reasonable steps to maintain and enhance their professional knowledge, skills, and leadership qualities. It is gratifying that the sector continues to comply with this constitutional requirement through such an important workshop, among other human capital development interventions you may be undertaking. Legal instruments are in themselves a vital cog and essential pillar towards driving sustainable socio-economic development of our great motherland, Zimbabwe, and the region as a whole. I applaud the Judicial Service Commission, Competition and Tariff Commission of Zimbabwe, as well as the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, for the decision to capacitate judicial officers on the ever-evolving nature of competition law and related policies. As a concept, and by its nature, competition entails a marketplace in which businesses strive for the patronage of consumers in order to achieve business growth and strategic transactional objectives. Hence, the interpretation and enforcement of competition law must provide market players with rules which regulate and protect effective competition for the improved economic welfare and the quality of life for the people. In our case, Zimbabwe, competition law and the attendant robust policy framework are important towards the speedy realization of our vision 2030 of becoming a prosperous and empowered upper middle income economy. This aspiration will be attained through an effective, empowered, and agile judicial system which strives for fairness and increased efficiencies across all the productive sectors of our economy. Undoubtedly, judges and other related stakeholders remain key to the interpretation of competition and consumer protection laws. On page 17 of your own paper, which is Competition and Tariff Commission, which you have given me. I had not finished, but I had reached page 17. On page 17, paragraph 5, why this workshop? To interface between economies and the law in competition law makes the field of competition law peculiar and the one that requires targeted, continuous professional development. And this is what we're doing. Judges are a critical cog in the enforcement of competition policy and law. and they have to be capacitated to undertake this task. And this is what you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the intricate nexus between the interpretation and enforcement of laws across sectors of the economy cannot be overemphasized. Hence, as one of our strategies to spur new enterprises, increase domestic production and improve trade, the enforcement of the Competition Act and the Consumer Protection Act, among other pieces of legislation, remains central. It is therefore most opportune that this workshop is taking place at the stage when our economy is transitioning from stabilization to growth. To this end, judicial staff must be kept updated and knowledgeable about activities taking place in the industry and commerce. More so, as many countries are building back better and stronger, as well as crafting measures to insulate their economies against emerging production supply chain disruptions. Against this backdrop, our national institutions, human resources, laws and policies, as well as other strategies, must be harnessed toward enabling a resilient, functional, and efficient market. In this regard, the Second Republic is determined to remove barriers and restrictive practices that impede economic activities and development. This is the true essence of our ideology, that is, Zimbabwe is open for business. I wish, therefore, to take this opportunity of this occasion, this workshop, to assure stakeholders, both local and from abroad, that the Second Republic of Zimbabwe will continue to focus on building a modern, industrialized, and prosperous Zimbabwe. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, competition law is meant to encourage and promote competition in all sectors of the economy and reduce barriers to entry into any sector of the economy. It creates opportunities for every citizen to participate in the economic activities of our country. Competition and consumer protection laws are, therefore, key enablers of free, open, and liberalized trade between countries and for regional integration. Against this backdrop, these laws must continue to enhance consumer interests and the realization of our country's development aspirations as set out in the National Development Strategy and our Vision 2030. To this end, under the radar are the cartels and all those who collude in promoting and justify price increases, illicit activities, and currency manipulation for the purposes of realizing super profits. In an economic jurisdiction where competition laws are effective, it goes a long way in regulating commerce and industry. I therefore challenge you, the participants at this workshop, to proffer recommendations that bolster the macroeconomic measures that have been put in place by my government. On its part, my government will continue to focus on addressing challenges that impede economic growth and development. I actually applaud the Competition and Tariff Commission of Zimbabwe and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa for participating at this important workshop. The tripartite outlook of this workshop, and in particular the presence of COMESA, must be leveraged to enrich the discussions and help in the sharing of knowledge, experiences, and best practices. We have Mr. Davis here from the largest economy in our region. I'm sure you will benefit from his discourse. In this context, the role of the legal and the judicial system with regards to contributing to the COMESA development aspiration of realizing a more integrated bloc and the overall African Union Agenda 2063 must also shape and inform the ongoing deliberations in this workshop. Meanwhile, Zimbabwe is determined to play its part to ensure the simplification of trade procedures and elimination of tariff and non-tariff barriers in the COMESA trade-free area. I was telling the CJ, the Chief Justice, that in the past, we have operated in silos. Each group of stakeholders in their own silo and so on. But when you come together like this, then you share the challenges, experiences, and the constraints overally. And this makes the economic jurisdiction of any country better and progressive. I commend the role played by the Competition and Tariff Commission of Zimbabwe, not just in partnering with COMESA and the Judicial Service Commission at this workshop, but for remaining focused and determined to execute its statutory duties. In my view, it is critically important for members of the judiciary to understand the current trends in industry and commerce. The implementation of the National Competition Policy as codified in the Competition Act must continue to foster economic competition. However, as one of the three arms of state, that's the judiciary, I exhort you to go beyond this workshop and deploy the requisite legal and the regulatory instruments at your disposal to scale up the implementation of your mandate. Equally, you must be instrumental in consolidating the gains made in the successful transitioning and the turning around of the economy. You must not be left behind. In conclusion, I once again applaud our Judicial Service Commission, the Competition and Tariff Commission of Zimbabwe, and COMESA for capacitating the judicial sector in such an important and progressive thematic area as this workshop is engaged. The capacitation will go a long way in broadening the skills of the judicial officers. Also important in this regard is the need to fully address the competition issues that arise in disputes before the judicial system. My young brother from Zambia, Mwemba, said in commerce, it's dog eats dog. A business entity may not want another young business to enter that sector, and they will do everything to cripple it. It is therefore necessary to have these laws to regulate how business must be undertaken. You protect the weak as well as the powerful. This is pertinent more so that competition law intersects with many fields. Hence, training such as this one is an essential requirement in modern day competition law. In fact, the determination of legal issues arising in competition law requires a thorough assessment, interrogation, and examination of the economic evidence against the legal rules codified in Competition Act, among other related legal instruments, I urge the honorable justices to continue sharing their experiences, challenges, and expectations with regards enhancing the discourse around competition and the consumer protection laws. I challenge the Judicial Service Commission and regulators, such as the COMESA Competition Commission and the Competition and Tariff Commission of Zimbabwe, to continue investing in related human capital development and capacity building programs so that judicial officers are at sync with the changing and digital world we are facing. The future is all digital. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the 2022 end of second term judges workshop officially open. I wish you all fruitful and successful deliberations. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you.